So let's talk about how to start small. So when you're starting any program that's designed to better your physical or mental health, it can be quite overwhelming sometimes. Often when there's too many choices, it can lead to paralysis, inability to make decisions, and trying to make too many changes too soon quite often leads to failure, leads to dropout. And if we're trying to make changes and we have an already busy schedule, it's just not realistic. It's not going to result in long-term success. What the research tells us is that when we're trying to change our behaviors, the new behaviors we engage in should take very little mental or physical effort, at least initially. So really starting small and building on some initial successes, however small they are, can really help to make some progressive, long-term, monumental changes going forward. Here are a few basic strategies on how to start small. So really important just to get very clear, very honest and realistic about your current level of physical and mental fitness. So, if you haven't done any exercise for 15 years since, high school football team, then probably not a good idea to try to participate in a 60-minute exercise class right off the bat. Really helpful just to try doing the warm up and maybe a few little bits of the class first, gain some initial success with it, and then progress from there. Same concept with doing mindfulness meditation too. If you've never done it, don't go right into the deep end and go for a 60-minute session. Try a 5-minute or a 10-minute session initially, gain some success, and build from there. Second strategy is just set goals. This is really expanded upon in the goal setting webinar and the goal setting handouts in the subsequent sections. And working with one of our coaches can really help you to get clear with your goals and set realistic and attainable goals as well. I mentioned these last 2 points in the previous handout too, or the previous webinar. Start with an area of your life that either you feel needs the most attention. So, if you're really experiencing a lot of stress, if you're really experiencing some mental exhaustion, mental frustration, anxiety, what have you, starting with mindfulness might be a good place to start. And then, of course, start with activities that you feel might be easier. Build some success with some of these more enjoyable activities and create that initial foundation from which to expand upon.